Hi everyone, welcome to UTV Guna and our big man breakdown show with Nathan. Hey bro, how are you?
It's good, man. Yeah, good. Happy. Good
Yes.
times, man.
Yeah, so before our last show, it was the Liverpool game. Unfortunately, we didn't win that one. We gave them a good game though, but we bounced back really well against Aston Villa. Got the 3 points there, it was really important. Your thoughts?
Yeah, man. I'm just happy we bounced back. Like, that was the main thing. I said that after the Liverpool game, I was more disappointed that the goals they scored, but I said the most important thing is not to let any rot happen, so to take that, and it was important to see how they were going to bounce back. As much as people were talking about, I heard Merson talking about, or was it Merson? Talking about, it'd be important to see how Ramsdale bounces back. Like, we're not a team of individuals anymore, we're actually a team now, yeah, so it's how the whole team bounces back and how we don't rely on individual people now. We have to put in a team performance. Yes, Saka may be the one that scored, but the defence had to put in a great performance as well to hold things together. So, and shout out to Leno as well, came in and done a good job. Listen, man, we know he can't kick, he can't do some of the stuff that we want to do, but in terms of what I always say this, what do you actually, the main thing you want from a goalkeeper? And that is to save goals, like save the ball from going in. If we're talking about a raw basis, and he done that, so I'm happy with that, man. The defence is just solid. Gabriel and Ben White, even if one of them's having a little bit of an off day, the other one just ups it, yeah? Whereas before, we've had Gabriel, if Gabriel wasn't feeling it, then the whole defence was just shambles. Now it's like, there's an understanding there. It's a pleasure to watch, and I hope obviously we can get Saliba, who's just been called up to the France squad, a new contract as well, because put him into the mix as well. Imagine you've got them two and him breathing down their neck as well. You have a bad game, he can come in. It's a good positive environment to be in at Arsenal at the moment, man.
Yeah, and looking at our performance to keep Villa down to very few chances. I don't remember having any clear-cut chances.
Coutinho, where was Coutinho? I didn't even remember. Do you know what? I always say your defence is doing really well when only like around the 80th, 90th minute, I think, Jesus Christ, I forgot Coutinho was playing, because we had them, and Watkins is a threat. His running behind the line is as good as any other striker in the Premiership, the way he plays that line, that last man against the line. I would love him at Arsenal just to do that as well. And he's a definite threat, and we kept him quiet. So, it's not a fluke. We done it against Leicester. We kept Maddison, we kept all those players quiet, yeah? And a lot of that as well comes down to Partey and Xhaka, yeah? It's not just about having a solid defence, it's about having a solid midfield. The only thing, and I'll say this time and time again, we are missing now, yeah, is a solid striker. Because what happens is then, their defence they sort of come up a little bit, because they're not really scared of the threat of, they got fast. As long as you've got decent fullbacks, they're not really scared of the threat of Lacazette up front anymore. No one is. Don't get me wrong, it's not me shaming him, because in some games Lacazette is what we need, but in a lot of the time, if we had a dangerous striker, teams would be fearing us, because the defence would be, it would free up so much more options, because especially, imagine if you had Ollie Watkins playing on the line and pushing, making sure the defence is having to sit a bit deeper, and then it leaves that massive hole in the middle for players like Odegaard to be able to pick out even more. Imagine you've got a striker who's just breathing on the necks of those defenders. They're having to drop to hold that striker. Imagine how much space is going to be in that little hole there to pick passes and stuff like that. But yeah, it's good, man. On a positive, real positive note. And shout out Xhaka as well, man. Like, people always get on him, and I'm always on his back. And he played really, really well. And he's been playing really well. The both of them. Is he the player we want going forward? Maybe not. Do I still want him in the squad? 150%. I'll give him another year to his contract like we done last summer, and let him be in the squad, 100%. But we do need I think someone like a Telemans from Leicester, he'd be perfect. Telemans in Partey in that midfield, that's a Champions League midfield, yeah. That's a good, or Basuma from Brighton, but I would prefer Telemans, that drive he gives, it'd be a great midfield, man.
Yeah, so looking back at the Liverpool game though, they're a slightly better team. We know they've got some world-class players. We saw they brought off Salah and Firmino off the bench. How far away do you think we are from challenging the likes of Liverpool and City now?
I still feel we are very far away. Not as far as we was, but I feel like I still feel we need like another 3 seasons of talking about any of those top 2 teams, yeah. And the reason why is that they have world-class players in, you could arguably, in every position, yeah. There's 1 or 2 you could say, but most of them are world-class players in every position, yeah. Internationals, whatever. We have a squad of potential world-class players, or first team 11 of potential world class, and they show world class ability, and sometimes they don't, sometimes they do. So I feel that until we have a first team 11 of world class, and you could look at them and say those players are really world class, I don't feel we can really talk about the levels of Liverpool and Man City, and you could also throw Chelsea into that hat as well. Chelsea go and get, don't forget they won the Champions League, yeah. So Chelsea go and get a striker that they expected Lukaku to do. They're up there with those 3 as well. So I would say, but we're definitely knocking on the door and we're pushing and we're doing. I just think it's a project, and you've got to just, as he says, trust the process. And I feel that just build bit by bit. Liverpool didn't do it overnight. Liverpool didn't build this team. Man City didn't build this. How many managers they swapped and changed and money, wasted money and spent money to get to where they are now. So people forget that it's happened over seasons and seasons and seasons. Yeah, they were spending money, but they weren't always doing the best. So it takes time, and I think with Arsenal, they're all young players. So I think in 1 or 2 seasons, those players will get better. I do feel now we need to add some world-class talent, like at least 1 marquee signing that will really take us up the next level as well. In those games against Liverpool, if you had that killer striker or someone like that who could make that difference, I feel that, yeah, we've done a lot better.
Okay, and after the Aston Villa game, we were celebrating as we should. You know, why wouldn't we celebrate? We just won a really important game. But again, we'll criticise. Same happened against Wolves as well. But like, why are we celebrating so much? What are your thoughts on that?
The Wolves thing, yeah, that was just, it's bitter. And do you know what? I was on Gabby Abondahoa, yeah, saying like, mate, you're just saying anything to stay relevant and whatever not. And then that Talksport, I forgot her name, she come out and said to him, gave him that you said the same thing before, like, yeah, and it made him have egg on his face. But respect to the man, he's come out this morning and said that he was bitter. Do you know what I mean? Like, yeah, not many presenters do say that. He's an Aston Villa man, and he said he could see all the Arsenal score and he was bitter. And that's all it is bitter. From all these people that say, oh, we're celebrating like we won the league. No, it was a big game. We just lost to Liverpool. We need to get back onto winning ways. We're showing a togetherness. People hate to see positivity. When we're on the positive, it's like we can't have those good times either. We can't say, yeah, togetherness. And that's down to Arteta. Shout out Arteta. Listen, you never heard me say that. I'm not the British, you know what I mean? Yeah. But he's given a togetherness in the team. Ramsdale came on off the thing to congratulate Leno. Like, come on, man, that's a togetherness we want to see. We want to see them fighting for each other. Because at the end of the day, when we lose, we come together. When we win, we come together. That's what you want, like, yeah? A nice winning mentality that we're happy we got the win. We want to win. We're winners. Like, but then as soon as we do that, it's like, oh, we haven't won the league. No shit, Sherlock, we haven't won the league. But we're going for something in 4th place. And we're progressing. So of course we're going to be happy, man. It's togetherness. What do you want to expect? But people are going to hate. They're always going to be. And you got to remember, a lot of these presenters, they just twat for Sky Sports, BT, and things like that, just to make themselves stay relevant, because they realise that they've burnt off all their money from their football days and they need all these presenting jobs, so they've got to come out with a load of bullshit just to keep their job relevant. I've got to pay the bills now, so let me come out with something ludicrous that will stay in the papers, that will keep me on the channel. That's all it is, man. Get views. More views, they stay on, they get to pay their bills. That's all it is, man. There's nothing in it, just idiots.
Yeah, so as you're saying, really credit to Arteta. When he came in, he said one of the most important things for him is to build that unity between the squad and the fans. It was hard because when he came in, we had COVID, so there was no fans at the stadium. But this season, you can see the atmosphere is a lot better. The unity's there. The squad are playing for the fans, for the manager. We're right behind them, and really got to praise Arteta for that.
Yeah, listen, 100%. You have to. You have to praise him. Yeah. Even the doubters, they were singing his name on the weekend. Like, do you know what I mean? I would have loved to have went to Aston Villa away because it was rocking. Yeah, you could see it. Like, yeah. And listen, man, the guy has come in. He hasn't spent nothing really. Obviously, look, we had that big transfer window. Yeah, but if you looked at what he's actually cleared out, I looked at our wage bill the other day compared to Man United's. Obviously, you can't compare the two, but it was crazy to see how much, all the debris, everything, he's just cleared them out. So you got to remember, every manager was sort of inheriting previous rot, yeah, and he's sort of cleared most of that out now, and he's put a more healthy, winning, young, hungry mentality. And you got to give the credit to Edu as well. Do you know what I mean? Yeah, it's not just Arteta. Edu's the one out there doing all the scouting as well. He's putting that in there. So you've also got to give credit to him as well. So yeah, listen, man, I'm not giving no one no flowers until the end of the season, anyways. Fuck you, Arteta, bro. I'm not giving you nothing yet, bro. Yeah, but yeah, like it's looking good. But you got to continue it. Look, we got, 10 more games to the rest of the season? I'm not giving out no flowers because I'm an Arsenal fan. I've known the years of hurt, bruv, yeah? So, but it's positive, it's good. And I said to I said we wasn't getting top 4. I said I'm looking forward to the summer for us to build. But yes, 100%, if he does get top 4, you have to you have to give him a little extension on the contract, pump in the money in the summer, and we build again. If we keep building, it's not about, listen, you can't, we got to learn like to take baby steps, you know what I mean? Let's crawl first, then we can walk, then we can start running. Arsenal fans are too used to, because of the Invincible days, just going from, new manager, let's start running to the league, like, yeah. It's not going to happen like that. So I am very much this summer, get some good players in. January, get 1 or 2. And let's really next year I want to see us challenging for the title. If we drop off, we drop off. I want us to be top 4, solid, easy. Don't have to be thinking about, are we getting top 4? And then the season after that, we can then make a Premiership title challenge. But it's all about slowly, man. Do you know what I mean? But he's exceeded expectations, man, and I'm happy with him.
Alright, so looking at our last 10 games, we got a really difficult run in. 6 of the games are away, and 4 of them against our direct rivals for the top 4. So Man United at home, Tottenham away, Chelsea away, and West Ham away. Out of them 4 games, 12 points. How many do you think we can get?
What, Man United, Tottenham, Chelsea, and West Ham?
Yeah.
We'll beat Tottenham away. I reckon we can beat Man United as well. Do you know what? I reckon 9 points. I reckon we'll lose one of those games. Which one it is, I don't know. But we'll lose one of those games. It might be Chelsea, it might not be. But neither of them are playing well. Chelsea are not playing through the skins. It's going to come down to on the day. West Ham, we should beat West Ham. They're looking a bit flat and jaded with the European football as well. So I'm looking for a definite win against West Ham. Tottenham will be up for that no matter what it is. I just want to see us just go there and get that. That game is so important to me, yeah. Even if that's a draw, but I want us to go there and absolutely hammer them, yeah. And then but I reckon 9 points. I reckon we'll lose one of the games along that run, but 9 points is good, man. Out of 12, I don't look at, unless it was like a Liverpool or a Man City, anything outside of that. I'm looking for us to get a win there. Do you know what I mean? And our away form's good. Our defence is good. So the only thing that always worries me is where the goal's going to come from. I personally do believe this is the time. I know people say don't change it and all this stuff, yeah. With Martinelli coming back and Smith Rowe playing so well, I do believe it's the time to put Martinelli up front, yeah, and then play Smith Rowe on the left. I just think it would be so nice and dangerous for us to do, with defence looking so well, and his work rate across that back line as well will be so good for us. But yeah, that's what I reckon I'll do.
Okay, so one last thing now. We're right to the business end of the season. Countdown's on, 10 games to go. I know you've been a bit sceptical of our top 4 chances. I'm going to ask you now,
So
do you think we'll make top 4?
Yeah, I do. I do think. I think looking on how we're playing, yeah, and the hungriness from the bench, that's what I was looking for. Pepe coming on doing well, Eddie coming on doing well. I do feel that if he can just get that rotation well, and providing we don't have any injuries, I think we'll get top 4. No injuries, top 4. Because everyone's slipping up. Man United can't get a run together. Tottenham definitely can't get a run together. I think Chelsea will slip some. I think Chelsea will drop into that mix. Be very careful. I think Chelsea will drop into that mix. With Champions League and everything like that, and they're not in the race for the Premiership, I reckon they'll fall off a little bit. They'll still get 3rd or 4th, but I reckon they'll drop into the mix. Hey, listen, man, if Arsenal could keep pushing and really put a good run till the end of the season, they'll get 3rd, let alone get 4th.
Let's hope so. That's all from us. Thank you.
Thank you, man.
Thanks everyone for watching. Please remember to subscribe, like and share.